Yo, what up, it's Don.
Sam Lee here.
We are the Soul Brothers, and we're back up in it. We're gonna hit you upside the head with a top video. These are our favorite trainers. Yes, we play basketball a shit ton, but you know what? You got to mix it up with some training, some late lifting.
Late lifting.
Some late lifting.
She got some tiggle booties.
Some tiggle booties. So you have to mix it up with some weightlifting, some plyometrics, you know, stretching, some running. You can't just be playing ball all the time. It's not good for your body. So we definitely mix in training. We do a lot of lifting and stuff.
There's two types. So there's weightlifting and then there's like training where you're doing like
lifting.
You're like sprinting and like doing box jumps, I guess, like stuff like that.
Yeah, plyometrics.
And stuff like that.
Stuff like that. High intensity training.
Yeah, so we're gonna have two shoes for that. A lot of you guys were asking for trainers. We don't go like specifically trainers, but we do have some training shoes, and also we do have some basketball shoes that we do use as trainers.
Yeah, a lot of low ball shoes are very good trainers.
Yep.
Some of the best trainers.
So here we're gonna start it off with this. You cannot get these anymore, but a lot of you guys know this. It's the Kobe 9. This is one of my favorite shoes of all time. You know.
And this is the EM engineered mesh version, which is cheaper.
Yes.
Which is just as good, maybe even better than the Flyknit version for training. So you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean the cushion is just straight up Lunarlon. And it's caged, you know, because it's a midsole, it's caged in this whole upper and this whole shoe, and it doesn't.
Real quick, let's say kind of what we're meeting, or what requirements we're kind of looking for in a trainer or a weightlifting shoe.
Okay.
Number one, you kind of want to feel a little low to the ground.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, you're not going to want a lot of bounce or a lot of slop in the cushion.
Exactly.
You're just looking for a response. Okay, and
I mean, okay, it depends. So if you're weightlifting, like doing squats, you don't want any fucking nothing.
Yeah.
You know. So
but yeah, if you're doing like plyo and stuff, you can have a little bit.
Exactly. You want a little bit of impact protection, you know, because
you're
jumping.
Too much.
Yeah. You know, when you're sprinting and stuff like that.
And you also want a very supportive upper.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, in any of them really.
Yes.
So
yes, the Kobe 9 meets all those requirements. The upper is not stretchy at all. The Lunarlon is at first it's soft, but then it just flattens out. So you're fine with the drop-in Lunarlon midsole because it's also caged.
Mm-hmm.
So what I use for this is just usually I don't do squats or like lift weights in these. What I use them for is like box jumps, doing the ladder drills. Plyometrics is what I use these for because the impact protection is okay in these also. So
yeah, I actually use these. This is maybe one of my favorite trainers of all time, and I weightlift in these. And some people may say, oh, there's Lunarlon in there, but mine I've been had for a long time, right? So the Lunarlon is pretty dead at this point. But I love the shoe because it's really flat and you're really low to the ground. For lifting, I love that. Like, this is one of my favorite squatting shoes. But speaking about this, moving on, the Kobe 11 is just as good. You know,
maybe even better because of the Lunarlon in the forefoot. The Zoom, it compresses a good amount.
I would recommend the EM
actually
over this.
Yes.
Which doesn't have the Zoom in the heel.
Which I do not have.
Right.
I don't have the EMs, but the upper is very supportive. You know, the traction is good. I mean, you don't really need traction, but I mean, if you're gonna do like plyometrics and you stop on the court or whatever, then I guess you do.
No, you need. Yeah, I would like. You gotta have some traction.
Yeah, I guess. But like weightlifting, no, not
because
really.
we do plyo like on the hardwood a lot of times. We'll bring box jumps in there and do plyo in there, and I don't know. It's good to have traction when you're doing that stuff, and even weightlifting and stuff. You want to be sure-footed.
Another one that's really good is the Curry 2 lows. You know, traction is really good. The cushion is very, very responsive. Of course, you know, it's fucking charged, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then the speed form is very it feels like a woven and it's pretty soft in the toe area, but then it's very supportive also. So you know, this is a very good option.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's that. And I actually do have some trainers. This is the Nike Zoom Toranada. Yeah, it's a Spanish. A Spanish. You know, so Yeah, it has a full like zoom unit here in the heel, and that feels really good. Of course, there's a I don't know what the fuck is this, Phylon, something like that. I think it's Phylon. And then it feels really nice, but then it's not super freaking bouncy though. So impact protection is good. What I use this for is plyometrics, box jumps, doing the ladder, because also they're very light, and then the upper is really soft, but then there's absolutely no stretch in the material because there's fuse overlaying it. So it's weird. It's like really soft, but then there's no stretch, so it's supportive, And then you have this strap, which adds a little bit of support, and it's a mid. So and the traction is pretty damn good. So I use this trainer a good amount. So there's that. It's on sale, so you guys should go cop these. I have another one. Here is the Reebok trainers. It's the pumps. You guys can probably get this for like $40. That's what I did.
Yeah, those are dirt cheap.
Yeah, and they're really comfortable. The material is super soft, but then there's like little plastic overlays underneath the mesh. It's kind of weird, which adds support. And the cushion is very, very thin. You feel really low to the ground, but then when you're doing like jumping and stuff like that, it actually gets a little soft and it feels really nice. It's not too soft where it's like it's annoying, but then soft enough for training. You can weightlift in these also, I believe. So yeah, this is one of this is really nice. Right?
Yeah, maybe my favorite trainer of all time. I bought 2 pairs of them because they were crazy cheap at the outlets. Is the Nike Lunar TR1, which is a trainer, and it's just amazing. I also shoot around in it a lot, and it's some of the best traction I've ever had on court, even better than a lot of basketball shoes, which is crazy. And it's lunar lawn, so you get a little bit of impact protection, but it's still really, really responsive, and you feel really low to the ground. And the upper is very, very supportive too, but it's super, super low. And it's just real minimal. Like a lot of times when I'm doing like training or stuff like that, I want a really minimal shoe.
Yeah.
I don't want like a bulky shoe on my foot, you know what I mean? So, because you're not really doing like real crazy stuff like in basketball, like jumping a crazy amount and a lot of too much stopping and starting like non-stop. So,
Yeah, and then a shoe that I have not personally worn, but a friend of ours, he's really into weightlifting, and he's a coach and whatnot. He recommends the Metcons.
Yeah.
Metcon 2 and then
I still want to get a pair of those. I heard those are really, really dope. I tried them on. The cushion is like rock solid.
Yeah, so what he says he wants for training, because he's buff.
Yeah.
And he's deadlifting like 5 plates and shit. He wants absolutely no dead play in the cushion. So he either wears Converse, which I don't like Converse.
Well, that's known as one of the best lifting shoes.
That's
though.
true. Yeah.
It's just a full-on flat, hard surface. Some
no
people
dead play.
deadlift barefoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Seriously, they say that's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
And then, or you can get the Metcons. There's absolutely zero like, there's no compression in the cushion, and it's a soft upper and stuff like that. So.
And then they have like the powerlifting shoes where they raise you in the heel. I'd actually like to get a pair of those to squat in.
Yeah.
Because that's actually a better way to squat.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's some of our favorite trainers. I mean, we're not like, that's not what we do all day, is just train. And so we've dabbled in a little bit of trainers, but a lot of times
I think our demographic is like that. They ball a lot, but then they also need to train a little bit.
And to be honest, like a lot of your old basketball shoes can just be a great trainer.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or just get a low basketball shoe, and they make perfect trainers. So that's it. Hope we helped you guys out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one later.
Peace.